So earlier on, I went to go and see a new Dutch movie directed by Anders Thomas Jensen titled The Last Viking. It stars the GOAT himself, Mads Mikkelsen, and he plays a man with borderline personality disorder, and his brother steals a load of money from a bank, and before he gets sent down to prison, he asks his brother to bury it around their mother's house. When he eventually gets out of prison, he goes to his brother to ask where the money is, but he's changed his reality now, so his brother has to do many things to try and jog his memory back and try and find the money. This was a movie I was very excited to see because it's got Mads Mikkelsen. He's one of my favourite actors. How can you not like this guy? And right off the bat, this guy is incredible in this movie. This is one of his best performances easily. He's funny, he makes the character really, really likeable, and I really enjoyed what this movie was going for. I like that it's a critique on equality. That may sound really bad on the surface, but once you actually go into it, you'll understand that yes, it's fine to be equal, of course, equality is great, but the way that society pushes it, it's leading everyone to hurt themselves and not to feel like themselves anymore. We constantly tell people that this thing about yourself is not good, that part of yourself is not that good. We all need to come together and be the same. Sometimes it's nice to embrace your changes, and that is a really smart message to send and a really nice critique on society, and I think it delivers it in a very comedic, a very emotional and a very dark manner as well. There is some dark subject matter in this movie that is very hard to watch, especially if you've dealt with certain things like domestic abuse. But my biggest issue with this movie, and what holds it back from being truly amazing, is that there were a few jokes about borderline personality disorder that weren't very good, and they didn't mean it in a mean way. 100% no, they didn't mean that, but it felt just a little bit out of touch. And I do think this movie does struggle at times to balance the comedy and the really dark moments. There's a few times where there's a very comedic scene, it's very jolly and lovely, and then the next scene is some guy getting beaten and then there's nails being shot into his foot. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit too far. But overall, I really enjoyed The Last Viking. It's a great critique on society and how it pushes certain elements of equality. And it's held together by a brilliant Mads Mikkelsen performance. It's in cinemas for a little bit longer. So if you do want to check it out, go to the cinema, support it. Deserves your money.